Hi guys, it's the Blueberry Moogle, and today we are going to look at the new Luna Snow skin in Fortnite. I'm going to give you my thoughts as not only a Marvel Rivals fan, but as one of the most hardcore Marvel Comics fans you will meet, and a huge fan of Luna Snow. So this isn't just a skin review, it's going to be a bit of a dive into some nerd talk and exploring why Luna Snow is such an amazing character to me. But before we get into that, let's just check out the skin and the cosmetics. So first we have Luna Snow herself. Now I'm sure all of you know this by now, but Luna Snow is a Marvel Comics superhero that was really pretty unknown until she became massively popular in Marvel Rivals. And oh, I've got a lot to say about her, but I'll save that for later. Let me just say here really quick that a lot of people were complaining because she doesn't look like she does in Marvel Rivals. And this is because her outfit here in Fortnite is actually based on her first appearance ever, which was in 2018 in a mobile game called Marvel Future Fight. More on that later. Luna also has several cosmetics. First is her back bling, the Fate of Both Worlds. This back bling is included if you buy the skin or the bundle, and it can be purchased separately for 400 V-Bucks. Next we have her Light and Dark Ice Daggers. This pickaxe displays Luna's superpowers as she has the ability to manipulate both light ice and dark ice elements. Finally, she's got an emote called Create and Destroy. This emote is super cool. She does a short K-pop style dance and then shows off both her light and dark ice elements and then brings them together at the end in perfect harmony. So clean. So if you watch my videos, you know that I'm a Luna Snow main in Marvel Rivals, and I absolutely adore this character, so I'm going to be picking up the bundle and doing a quick showcase of the skin in-game. So, let's buy her. Okay, we've got Luna Snow in Fortnite, and I am really happy. Luna Snow is actually #1 on my list of most wanted skins in Fortnite for about like a year now. So now finally having her here really is a dream come true. And I gotta say, she doesn't look bad at all. I know when her in-game portrait first got leaked, people were freaking out because, well, let's just say they didn't really do her justice with her portrait art. I don't know, it just looks a little off, and not quite like the beautiful K-pop queen that most people know from Marvel Rivals. So even I was extremely disappointed when I first saw it. But once I saw her actual in-game model, I felt a lot better. Her in-game model looks way better than the character portrait for her icon. Still maybe not perfect, maybe not as good as Marvel Rivals, but hey, I mean, that's a different game, a different art style. It would have probably been hard, honestly, to get an exact copy of her Rivals look into Fortnite. So all things considered, I'm really happy with this skin. Now let's jump into a game. I'll show you Luna in action, and we can get into some nerd talk as well for those of you who are interested. Alright, now we see Luna in-game, and first of all, those of you who are concerned about how she feels in-game, well, she looks super clean. Nothing really blocking your field of view, nothing that really stands out to other players like a sore thumb, except for maybe her back bling, which you could easily remove and run her without. It's just a very nice, clean skin. So guys, let me just talk about Luna Snow for a little bit. Now, I know I've done this in some other videos, but hey, I'm not going to waste this opportunity to talk about her again. As I mentioned earlier, Luna Snow was created in 2018 specifically for a mobile game called Marvel Future Fight, which I think is still alive today, I think. The developer of Future Fight is a Korean company called Netmarble, and the story goes is that they actually asked Marvel if they could make their own original Korean superhero for the game. And the result was Luna Snow. She's this K-pop star who, after being hit by some kind of experimental Stark Tech energy, she gained the ability to not only manipulate and control ice powers, but also the unique ability to create both light and dark ice. So she can use light ice for healing people, and she can use her dark ice for dealing damage. So after being released in Future Fight, she did make several canon comic appearances, for example in Agents of Atlas and War of the Realms, and she was a fan favorite in Future Fight, but she'd been largely unknown to even Marvel fans until the release of Marvel Rivals, and that's where her popularity skyrocketed. I think most people today only know her from Rivals. which is why there was so much backlash when images of this skin got leaked, and it didn't look all that much like her rival's counterpart. But again, this outfit is actually her very first ever outfit from Future Fight, and it's also an outfit that she wears in several of the comic book appearances. So it's completely canon, and I actually do really like it a lot. Now, her face also looks different than her rival's counterpart, but to be honest, it's also not really that similar to her Future Fight face either. And while I've seen some people calling her face comic accurate, I really have to disagree. Marvel Comics has dozens and dozens of artists, and some comic book runs will literally change the artist per issue. So Luna has already been drawn by a dozen different artists, each with their own take. So I'm gonna say that this is not really comic accurate, it's not Marvel Rivals accurate, it's just Fortnite's original take on her face. And like I said, though her character icon art is kind of questionable, her in-game face, her in-game model that is, does look way better than I had kind of feared it would. It actually looks really good. Especially considering that the last Marvel skin that I got super excited about was Invisible Woman, and honestly, not gonna lie, I absolutely hated what they did to her face. She doesn't look comic book accurate, nor does she look very much like Vanessa Kirby. Let's be real here. She doesn't look like I thought she was gonna look, okay? We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, I still ended up buying Invisible Woman because I'm such a huge Marvel fan and a fan of Invisible Woman, obviously, but I was really disappointed. Thankfully, that's not the case with Luna. If her in-game model had looked as awkward as her character icon, I would have really been depressed. Now, on a personal note, I love that Marvel is adding more Asian characters into their canon. There are currently 4 characters from Korea alone right now in mainstream canon. You've got Luna Snow, you've got Silk, you've got White Fox, and then Brawn. Now, I know that representation can be kind of a loaded topic, but for me, it's a simple thing. It's that I truly appreciate having characters that share my ethnicity. Silk, just like Luna, is another Marvel character that I absolutely adore. Ever since I was a kid, my favorite characters in Marvel were the Spiders. Spider-Man, Venom, Spider-Gwen, and all the spider-related characters. Some people love the Avengers, some people love the X-Men, but I'm about the most hardcore Spider fan you're gonna find. So when a Korean Spider person was added, and not just Korean, but actually a really well done, super cool, unique take on the Spiders, I don't know how to explain it, it was just so awesome. But even aside from the Koreans, we have crazy awesome Asian characters like Kamala Khan, Arrow, and Psylocke. It's not about superiority or anything, it's just super cool to see well done, smart, unique characters that represent different cultures. I think it's really awesome. So some people ask me why I love Luna so much, aside from her being Korean. I don't just main her in Marvel Rivals, she's legit become one of my favorite Marvel superheroes, despite having so few canon appearances. Well, it's not because she's just cool or cute. This might sound kind of cringe, but I actually feel like she's like this comic book version of me, albeit female, of course. As we just covered, yes, we're both Korean, but it goes way beyond that. She's a K-pop singer, I'm a musician. She always has blue outfits on, she uses ice powers. I also always wear blue. I love the color blue to an almost pathological level, and I feel an affinity to water more than any other element, which is why I always use water or ice characters in games, like, for example, Marl and Frog in Chrono Trigger, or Water and Ice Pokemon, for example. And on top of that, she's a healer, which also deeply resonates with me as a professional therapist and a person who always chooses healer and support roles in video games. So when you find a character in a game or comic that aligns so cleanly with your culture, your profession, your identity aesthetics, and even your gameplay style, how could you not fall in love with that character? So, again, maybe a little cringe, I know, but that's why I love Luna Snow so much. Okay, so we're down to just a few guys left in the match, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to serious mode now. But let me just end my Luna Snow talk by saying that even though I do think her Marvel Rivals costume would have been great, And I do think her face, and especially her character art, could have been better. In the end, I'm still super happy with this skin. She was at the very top of my most wanted skins for over a year, and now I can main her in Fortnite just like I do in Rivals. Okay, just one guy left. Alright, where the heck are they? Huh? Did that bush just move? Oh my god. That guy is hiding in the bush and he's moving around. You know I can see you, right, bro? Okay, let's take this guy down. Alright, I'm heading in for the kill. Here, Luna, K-pop idol, going with the K-pop demon hunter's sword for the win. Boom! Oh, I got him. Okay. Alright, well there we have it. So Luna Snow gets her first ever crown. Yep. Okay guys, that was so much fun. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Luna isn't anywhere near as bad as people feared she would be. She's actually really good. So pick her up if you're a fan. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to be kind to someone today. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.